Coming up on Mornings on the Hill, winter is coming. Colder weather and a winter storm warnings here in upstate.
Plus, President-elect Donald Trump's pick to lead the Pentagon is hanging on by a thread.
And Wicked hits the theaters, defying box records.
All that plus your weather and orange sports coming up on this edition of Mornings on the Hill.
Good morning, I'm Zatazia Duffy. Thanks for joining us for Mornings on the Hill.
And I'm Autumn Ryan. Here's a look at today's top story.
We're starting with breaking news out of Manhattan. Brian Thompson, the chief executive of United Healthcare, was fatally shot in Midtown this morning. The 50-year-old was shot in the chest on 6th Avenue just after 6:45 a.m.
He was believed to be attending a United Healthcare conference at the Hilton Hotel. Police say this was a targeted attack. They're still searching for the gunman who fled on a bicycle. This is a developing story. If we find out more before the end of the newscast, we will bring it to you.
Our other big news story this morning is the weather. The National Weather Service has placed Syracuse under a winter storm warning today, just days after the first snowfall of the winter season.
Our weather anchor, Mike Lamort, is live outside with the studio. Latest on the incoming storm. Mike?
Hey guys, you might as well take these snowballs and toss them to the side because fresh snow will be making landfall by 1 p.m. today in parts of central New York, Syracuse included. Take these next few hours, guys. Enjoy the calm before the winter storm. Okay, look on your screen now. You can see parts of central New York in pink. That's the winter storm warning. Syracuse, Utica, Oneonta as well, they're all included in that region. Then the surrounding purple areas, that's the winter weather advisory. Well, what's the difference? The winter storm warning, you got 8 to 16 inches. That's over a foot of snow that's expected. That's in the winter storm warning areas. Heavy snow, 1 p.m. to 4 a.m. Friday. That's the bulk of the storm. And then in the surrounding counties, only 3 to 5 inches of snow, 40-mile-per-hour wind gusts. That's around Binghamton, Ithaca, and several other counties. Again, beginning around 1 a.m., it could even stretch into the early weekend, Friday, Saturday. I'll have more on that later, but let's take a look at the weather right now. 29 degrees in Syracuse, feels more like 19. And guys, the wind, though it's 9 miles per hour right now, it's expected to increase. Strong wind gusts as that winter storm comes in. Again, I'll have more on that later on in the show. Guys.
Thanks, Mike. Syracuse students living off campus came home from break to a surprise in their mailbox. Mayor Ben Walsh has finally responded to the EPA's concerns about high lead levels in drinking water.
In collaboration with the Department of Water, the mayor sent out letters to Syracuse homeowners notifying them that their property has a lead service line. This comes after the EPA demanded city officials to take action, saying the lead contamination in Syracuse could be worse than the crisis in Flint, Michigan. To help, the city is distributing free water filters to women, children, and other eligible residents.
President-elect Donald Trump is in danger of losing one of his most controversial cabinet picks. Former veteran and Fox News anchor Pete Hegseth was appointed to the lead Pentagon, but his candidacy is facing lots of backlash surrounding his treatment of women, alcoholism, and his capacity to run the U.S. military.
Earlier this week, The New Yorker reported he has been forced out of veterans advocacy groups due to a whistleblower report from former employees. The report claims he was intoxicated during work events and pursued female co-workers. Now, according to the Wall Street Journal, President-elect Donald Trump is considering Florida Governor Ron DeSantis to replace him. It's safe to say Hegseth's confirmation will not be an easy one for the GOP senators to decide.
The Dome was rocking on Saturday as the SU football team picked up one of its biggest wins in recent history.
Mikey Lamar joins us with more. Mikey?
Thanks, guys. If you're one of our loyal viewers, you're probably wondering why sports is so early in the show. Well, when you have your biggest win since 2017, you have to move that up to the top of the show. Both teams came into this game as top offenses in the league, and you see Xavier Restrepo with the touchdown right there, showing you why their offense is ranked so high. Just look at that effort. Miami is knocking on the end zone once again, and this time it's Elijah Ororo for 6, making that 21 unanswered points for Miami. The Orange has been taking punches all game and finally throws one of their own. LaQuint Allen bulldozes through the defense for his first touchdown of the game. The Orange storms back and ties the game at 28, but flips the script with this: a 56-yard touchdown fumble return. The defense, LaQuint Allen scores once again, giving Syracuse the lead. And then the defense seals the deal with the goal line pick right here. Cam Ward forces the pass. It gets tipped, and Syracuse picks it off. That one seals the deal. Syracuse wins 42-38. The Orange are now ranked for the first time this season. They are 23 in the official college football playoff standings and will be receiving their bowl bid this Sunday. The team is now expected to have an even bigger bowl consideration after the ranked win. We'll have more sports later in the show, but for now, back to Sugar and Spice at the desk.
Oh, Mikey, I don't know who's Sugar and who's Spice. But coming up on Mornings on the Hill, will the snow stick around? We'll have more of your 5-day forecast right after the break. Welcome back to Mornings on the Hill. You might be shivering on your way in this morning, but is there hope for better weather?
Mike is in the studio with a look at your full weather forecast. Mike, what do you got for us?
Guys, I gotta say, it's good to be in the studio where it's a lot more warmer than it was outside. But let's take a look at today. 33 degrees the high, 21 the low. You look at the average temperature on a day like today, 41 degrees. The record high, 70 degrees. That was back in 2012. And then the low, 1944, that was -7 degrees. Okay, let's take a look now across the region. You can see Rochester, Buffalo, and even Albany, they're registering the highest highs across the region at 34 degrees. And that's coincidentally the regions that are outside of that winter storm warning, as you see all of these in the low 30s. Let's take a look at that live radar actually. You can see that storm coming in right over Syracuse, and in that area, that's that snow that's expected to make landfall around 1 p.m. today. And then you could take a look now at our 5-day forecast. Snow pretty much all week, Wednesday through Friday, a ton of snow. As we said today, 33 degrees the high, and that temperature is gonna drop as we head into the heart of the storm Thursday. And you can see 29 degrees the high there. And then Sunday, it's gonna be cloudy, not as much snow. It's gonna calm down, warm up a bit though, 41 degrees. Not sure how warm that is. Day planner for tomorrow, guys, 29 degrees when you wake up. You can expect snow. And then in the afternoon, 32 degrees. By the night, 30 degrees, the snow will clear up. But that heart of that winter storm is going to be in the afternoon. We'll just have to wait to see when that snow comes in. But guys, around 1 p.m., bring out your winter jackets. Guys.
Thanks so much, Mike. We head now downtown, where one shop has turned into a literal cornerstone of the community.
Repairing one shoe at a time. The owner of the shop, Ralph Rotella, took over his family's shoe repair business over a decade ago. Ralph says he doesn't know how much longer he can do it. Our Max Williams has the story.
If you happen to find yourself in the city of Syracuse, New York, you'll find a store with its door always open, where the soft hums of Italian music spill out into the street.
I've been a shoe repairman since before you were born.
From broken shoes to new shoes, this guy has been keeping the city of Syracuse on their feet for decades, and he comes with a lot of soul.
We don't make a lot of money over here, but we have a lot of fun. You deal with people, and when you do a beautiful job, people say, wow, they look so beautiful, and you make it feel warm inside. Charge you $15 everything. $15 is good enough for you because you're so sweet.
He's doing a really good job. The way he plays the music, and I feel like I'm in Italy. So I'm Italian too, so.
One of the friendliest, best souls that we met in our time here.
But it's not just the people that love him. Even the city has taken a shine to him, awarding Ralph with 10 awards that are proudly hung on the walls.
Not too many people got the honor to do that.
But how did he get all these awards? Well, just check out his basement. Boxes upon boxes and bags upon bags of shoes, ready to find a new home.
We're collecting more shoes than people live in Syracuse.
That's crazy, Ralph. And, how does that make you feel?
Oh my God, I feel like an angel. I can fly.
Not only does Ralph fix shoes, he also runs a shoe drive. What started off with a donation of 35 pairs has skyrocketed to a total of over 1 million pairs donated. Last year, he donated almost 39,000 pairs of shoes. This year, he's expecting to break that. With no immediate family wanting to fill Ralph's shoes, Discount Shoe Repair could soon be nearing its final steps.
It's very hard work, and my business, I have no insurance, no French benefit. Whatever you do, you gotta save it for yourself for the future. I got a little Social Security, but not much. But I try to save a couple of dollars for the future.
For now, Ralph is going to keep drinking his espresso.
By the way, this coffee is delicious. I'm making my espresso is delicious. You'll be sorry. You should have a cup.
And of course, keep doing what he loves.
They're gonna feel like a globe.
Reporting in Syracuse.
Ciao, Bella.
I'm Max Williams.
Wow, Max, what a heartwarming story.
Very sweet, I agree. Coming up on Mornings on the Hill, early signing days here. Which top picks will be joining the Orange? That and more up next on Mornings on the Hill.
Welcome into sports on Mornings on the Hill. I'm Zach Card, and it's a big week for Syracuse sports. We heard earlier from Mikey about the big win against Miami last Saturday, and Cuse fans are hoping the momentum from the game carries into today's early signing day for football. I've got some big names for us to keep an eye on today. Javion Hilson is the highest ranked recruit that Fran Brown and the Orange are after. The defensive end from Cocoa, Florida has his pick between some big teams. According to 247 Sports, if he signs, Hilson will be the third best recruit of the 2000s that Cuse has landed. He announces his decision at noon. Staying in the Sunshine State, Fran likes his Florida boys. He got Demetrius Samuel Jr. to flip from the University of Florida to Syracuse in December, and the four-star safety from Palm Bay is set to sign today at 3. Coach Brown is also making sure he snaps up all the best talent in the region. Quante Gillians is the top player in New York, and he's verbally committed to Syracuse, but Michigan has put on the pressure in recent weeks. His decision also comes at 3 p.m. today, and after Saturday's big win over Miami, Coach Brown delivered a pitch to all of his recruits.
I mean, if you want to come and win a national championship, because that's all I think about is being able to do that, then you should come here because it's coming. Time is coming real soon. But that whole time of November, where homie at that was said we don't win in November? What's up now?
Turning our attention to Cuse men's basketball team, the Orange were in Knoxville last night to take on number 3 ranked Tennessee Volunteers. Things did not go planned for Red Autry and crew, as we hear from Mornings on the Hill sports reporter Nico Horning.
It's the first true road game this season for Syracuse men's hoops, but it wasn't easy facing the number 3 team in the country, the Tennessee Volunteers. The Orange coming off a win over Cornell last Wednesday, and the Orange got off to a fine start in this one. Eddie Lampkin spinning his way in the paint, getting that one to go. And Syracuse down 1 with 13 to go in the first. Cade Phillips shoveling his way in with that left shoulder, gets that one to go for the Volunteers. Orange down 5, midway through the first. Elijah Moore, straightaway three-pointer. That one's good. And the Orange down by just 2 points. Once again, sticking it around. An opportunity to climb back in. Chris Bell, near corner triple, drains it. And the Orange down by just 4 to the third-ranked team, the undefeated Volunteers. But here's where things went a little bit haywire with a Syracuse turnover. Chaz Lanier with the ball in his hands had a great game. Knocks that one down from the top of the arc. And Tennessee would take a double-digit lead into halftime, but not so fast. Jaquan Carlos, spin-away jumper, mid-range fade. gets that one to go. Syracuse trailed at halftime. They actually led the percentages from the floor and three-point land, but Tennessee knocked down the free throws. That was the separation. And in the second half, it was all Volunteers, despite this Jair Davis spin and jumper. Got that one to go, but Tennessee really took it the rest of the way. Once again, Chaz Lanier getting to his spot and popping it in. Tennessee takes it all the way. 96-70 the final. Tennessee 8-0 for the first time since 2001. Syracuse, on the other hand, falls to 4-3 on this young season.
Nico Horning, one of the best in the business. Nico, I know you were pretty heated last night. I was too. That's why I lost the tie today. But there were just so many negatives from last night's loss to number 3 Tennessee. But the one at the forefront, you mentioned them, they're the free throws. The Orange were an abysmal 3 for 10 in the first half, and that's really been the storyline for SU this whole season. After shooting just 57% last night against the number 3 Vols, you see that SU has the second worst free throw percentage in the Atlantic Coast Conference. And while it looks like a lot there, the Orange are just 1 point better than Florida State's ACC worst 66%. That ranks 264th in the nation. That poor shooting has head coach Adrian Autry saying just one thing.
You got to make them. You got to make them, and we work at them, and, you know, we got to make them, and we're not. You know, we're leaving so many points on the board.
Syracuse has left over 50 points from missed shots at the Cherry Stripe in just 7 games this season. And while last night that may not have affected the overall score, if the Orange made its free throws in the first half, it would have been just a 3-point game heading into the locker room. Now, I have to point out the fact that throughout history, making your free throws doesn't mean you'll necessarily win games. Take a look at this graph. As you move from left to right, you'll see all 352 Division I programs' free throw percentage plotted over the last 4 seasons. As you go up, you'll see its winning percentage. The thin black line shows that there is a slight positive correlation, but by just a marginal amount. However, with points scattered everywhere, there isn't much impact that efficient free throw shooting affects win rate. Take Gonzaga or Kansas, for example. Both are programs that have shot the ball below average from the free throw line over the past couple of seasons, yet they're 2 of the most winning programs in that time. Compare that to Western Illinois or Detroit Mercy, who have some of the best Charity Stripe percentages, yet they win just about 1 in every 5 games. So I could sit here and argue that age-old question. Do free throws matter? And honestly, in my opinion, they don't. But for Syracuse men's basketball, a team that's shooting 67% from the Charity Stripe and is playing in a weakened ACC, according to Joe Lenardi's bracketology, the Orange need to turn something around and can start with the easiest shot in basketball. Coming up, we're unfortunately beginning to wrap up our fall season here on Mornings on the Hill, but Spotify has already wrapped its 2024. Plus, we say our final goodbye for the semester and send you to a happy break. Don't go anywhere.
Welcome back to Mornings on the Hill. I'm Geraldine Pollia, and there may be a winter storm coming to central New York, but a new movie took the nation by storm this weekend. Many were curious about how this nostalgic Broadway show would translate to the big screen. After the opening weekend, we can confirm it was a hit. The film has become the highest grossing movie based on a Broadway musical at domestic box offices, according to Dateline. Worldwide, Wicked stands at the 4th highest behind Mamma Mia, Les Miserables, and Grease, earning over $350 million and counting by last Sunday. The movie's biggest asset was the 2 leading actresses, Ariana Grande as Glinda and Cynthia Erivo as Elphaba. A New York Times review said Erivo and Grande work nicely together from the get-go, their chemistry only becoming more persuasive as the comedy gives way to their heavier themes, and a story about the sniping women deepens into a tale of love, mutual respect, and female friendships. This weekend was only part 1, and moviegoers are eager for part 2, which comes out in 2025. One thing moviegoers are left with is the soundtrack. And another popular album came out this morning is Spotify users' 2024 Wrap. Each year, Spotify takes a deep dive into users' top artists and songs of the year, making a personalized album. Some of the top songs this year, some of my top songs, excuse me, this year include Where the Wild Things Are by Luke Combs, Maine by Noah Kahan, and Please, Please, Please by Sabrina Carpenter. Spotify Rap marks the end of the year, and that also means the semester is coming to an end. With today being the last morning on the Hill show of the semester, it has been a wild ride, and this group has made the early mornings worth it. I want to now share what the rest of the crew have for their final thoughts.
Any final thoughts for the semester, just in terms of last show and, you know, looking forward to the future type of thing?
Yeah, just looking back at all the progress that everyone has made from the first show to this show, it really is a testament to what Newhouse does for its journalism program.
My favorite part of MOTH has been watching everyone improve week after week and us really coming together as a team.
I think this has been a great group of journalists, and it's really just been great to see everyone grow every morning and every show.
I had a wonderful semester and season of news. I think I've really grown much stronger as a reporter and an anchor, so I'm very excited for next semester.
You see it now, like how good the show is, how good the talent is, and the people behind the scenes, and our leader, Professor Copeland, as well.
I definitely won't miss having to wake up super early in the morning for it, but I will miss coming in and putting on something so great every week with all these great people.
Yeah, I'm super happy I did it. Super happy that we've finished the 16 weeks. Kind of happy that it's over, but glad that I did it at the same time. Learned a lot, so just happy overall.
I think it's been great. It's been a lot of fun, and can't wait to see what everyone does in the future.
I love seeing how much everyone's grown on air. Everyone's gotten more confident and able to submit such better content for the show each week, which has been great to watch and see how everyone's grown, and I'm gonna miss spending time with these people every morning.
My final thought is being grateful for the experience and just cheering on future students in the class.
All right, guys, definitely a bittersweet moment. I mean, I know I've enjoyed my time here. I know we just heard the final thoughts, but what has been everybody's favorite moment here so far?
You made a pretty good graphic, Mike.
Yeah.
That was a pretty good.
Touchscreen moment.
Yeah, no, my favorite thing was sometimes I would come here with a story to do, and then you guys would come up and say, let's do something different. So that hectic morning meeting was always something to look forward to.
Welcome to news.
Max's packages were definitely some of my favorites.
Yeah, Max makes a banger pack.
Yeah, for sure.
But
I feel like we had some pretty good bloopers too.
yeah, we'll keep the reels for keep those close to the heart.
I think it's been cool to see how much everyone has grown over the semester and how it's gotten better and better every show. So I've loved working with you all.
Yeah, well, that's going to do it for us this Wednesday here on Mornings on the Hill. I'm Autumn Ryan. Follow us on social media.
And I'm Zatazia Dovey. Thanks for watching Orange Nation. We'll see you next semester.
Doses.